Oh, hello YouTube. Today on the Naughty Librarian, I am doing my end of October wrap up. So, this video is a little late, and in my defense, I had stomach flu, and I'm still getting over stomach flu, so my life's been fun. But I did read some books, and I have no videos filmed, so I'm filming. I don't feel great. The only thing that doesn't make me want to vomit is Coke. I don't know why. So this is me now. But anyway, let's just review some books. I can't guarantee I will make it through this video. We'll find out together. First category is classic horror, and I read 3 of them. I can't really give a full review of the Amityville Horror by Jay Anson because I did not finish it. And it's not like I thought it was bad and I DNF'd. I just didn't care. I don't know. I was just indifferent. Like, I don't feel bad or good about it. I'm just indifferent. And that's unfortunate. Like, I wanted to like it. Like, I read just about 50% of it. And I just never got around to finishing it. To my defense, I had food poisoning. But yeah, I didn't finish it. And it's, we all kind of know the story. There's this family, they move into this house where there was this big murder. And they're like, whatever, we'll just put some fresh paint on the walls. And la la la. Turns out, demons. Full of demons. And these people, they're only there for like 28 days. And things keep getting progressively weirder. And there's like, I don't know, no one's talking about things that are weird yet. Everyone's just like knowing things are weird, but no one's like putting it together yet. That's about where I am in the book. And like, I get that like demons are there influencing them, but like they kind of beat up their kids. And I was like, I don't know. Like, if you're gonna beat your kids, like, I'm okay with the demon picking on you a bit. Like, yeah, that's about it. I worry for the dog. I don't know what happens to the dog, but the dog seems like something is up. Like, he's being drugged. Poor dog. There's just like children and dogs getting hurt. And I'm like, no, I will not stand for this in my weakened condition. So I read half, and it's not that I thought it was bad. It's just I just lost interest. But I still might finish it. So it's not like a DNF. It's like a DNF for now. I also read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Now, I had never read Frankenstein before. I know, what? That's crazy. But I finally did it. It was like a book I've been meaning to read for a really long time, and I did it, and I'm proud of myself. I liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars because, like, it's a bit repetitive. Like, Victor, we get it, okay? You're a sad boy. Like, we get it. Like, I think, like, 70% of the book is Victor going, oh, I'm so sad. No other human has ever experienced as much misery as I. And it's just, like, how he says that, but, like, 80 different ways. Like, we get it. You're a sad boy. And honestly, I can't feel super bad for Victor because he's kind of just the epitome of white male privilege. Like, he is just shocked that his actions have consequences. He's like, what? I'm a man and I have money. What do you mean there's consequences? Like, he's just like baffled that like, oh no, I did something wrong and now bad things are happening. Like, he thinks he's a victim in this. Slightly to his defense, I guess, the creature did kill like a bunch of people. So, I mean, he's getting picked on a lot. Like, a lot of people are getting killed. So, I mean, that's not cool. I get it. The creature is very agonized and acting out. But murder's extreme. Extreme version of acting out. And, like, here's the one thing that, like, sticks with me. That Victor, he created this creature. He created, out of all these different parts, and he animated it. So he created life and this creature. And then as soon as the creature wakes up, he's immediately terrified and runs away, calling the creature a monster. And like, I get it. They keep saying in the book, like, yes, we get it. The creature is horrific to look at. We get it. We keep hearing that in the book. However, Victor fucking made him that way. Like how far did he go before he realized, oh no, he's hideous? Like, there was no point where he just stood back for a minute and went, huh, I should fix this. No, he just was like, meh, meh, meh. Oh no, it's awake. Oh no, it's ugly. It's like, Victor, you made him that way. This is still your fault. Like, it's all your fault. Like, Victor was like annoying to me because, like, we get it, you're sad. This is your fault. Fix it. I don't know. Or you could just not been a dick from the start. And like, I don't know. It's just, ugh. That all being said, though, I still gave it 4 stars. I felt like it had good pacing. I thought the narrative was actually well crafted. And like, there's actually a lot of really, really just excellent bits of writing in here. So hats off to Mary Shelley. Obviously, this is a classic for a reason, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought it was really good. So I read Dracula by Bram Stoker. I mean, I have a whole vlog about it. I recommend watching it. Basically, I got very drunk for a weekend and just read Dracula. So throughout the video, I get increasingly sillier. In the end, I gave it like 2 stars. Like, honestly, it's kind of a hot mess. Like, oh my gosh, I really did not enjoy it. There's just like so many things that don't make sense. But like, my drunken self, I felt was just a poet, because like Van Helsing, I started referring to as Battle Santa. So if that like whets your appetite for my reading vlog, please check it out. Yeah, it's just, it has its moments where it's like kind of good, and there's some moments in here that could be very chilling. But the thing is, it's called Dracula. You know, Dracula, and Dracula's barely in the book, like barely in it. So it's like, we're just watching people like walk around and like be confused, and then everything's written as a journal entry, which doesn't really make sense. Don't get me wrong, like, there could be journal entries in it. Some parts of the story benefit as it being a journal entry. The problem is, the way the journal entries are crafted, it's crafted as a narrative. So it's like, why have that even be a journal entry? Like, there's whole verbatim conversations in this book between like, what's her face? Mina and this like crotchety old sailor man she hangs out with in a cemetery. And he's like super Welsh. So like the writing is like written phonetically, so it sounds like a Welsh accent. And this is all in a journal entry, but it's just like, what human being sits down with their journal and writes out whole conversations you had with another person verbatim with like weird pronunciation guides? Like, no one does that in a journal, so it doesn't work. Like, if they put journal entries and narrative together, I think it would have blended better. I mean, it's too late now. It's been out for a while, but I'm just saying, it made no sense that this was a journal entry. I didn't think everything had to be a journal entry. Some things do benefit from being a journal entry, but like, this didn't have to be. Just put a narrative. Like, so that was bothersome. And I don't know. Just, there's a whole vlog. It just wouldn't end. And then when it finally ended, it wrapped up super quick. And I was like, really? I invested this much time and the ending is like 2 pages. And I was like, what? However, the one thing I really enjoyed from this, although it doesn't exist in the book, it's not canon, but it is canon in my heart, which is Arthur, which is the British lord, and Quincy, the American. I am convinced that they are secret boyfriends. You can't talk me out of it. They're secret boyfriends. You can't tell me nothing. Like, the way that they hang out a lot, and there's no reason why they should be hanging out together, and like the way that they talk to each other in little messages, I'm like, that seems they seem like they're flirting. Oh, like, I'm convinced they're secret boyfriends. And then I would like make up stories with them while reading this that I enjoyed more than the book. So I'm just making up my own secret boyfriend vampire hunter stories, which sound great. Like, I wish someone would do that. So, I've talked too much and I want to vomit. I've been talking too much. Oh, I feel sick. Anyway, I don't feel sick because of Dracula. Maybe just a little bit, but I've been talking a lot and I've overextended. But yeah, it's 2 stars. It's not great. Next category is modern day horror, and I read 2 of them. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I couldn't wait to read it. It was like so anticipated that I was like, I'm gonna read it now. And I'm so glad I did. Like, honestly, 5 stars. This is incredible. I loved every page. Like, from the beginning, I loved it. And honestly, I think it's gonna be a favorite book of 2020. It's really, really good. I can't recommend this enough. Basic idea here is that there's this girl named Addie, and she is born like in like late 1600s, early 1700s France, and she wants, you know, more. She wants something more than this provincial life. Sorry, she's not Belle from Beauty and the Beast, but like that. She just wants more. And the people in that time period aren't willing to give that to her. She's gonna get forced into marriage, and she's like, I can't do this. She runs away. She starts praying to these ancient gods, and she's warned a lot, like, hey, don't pray to gods that'll answer you after dark. They're up to no good. But it's dark, and she didn't realize it. She prayed, and someone answered. And she's like, I want freedom. And he's like, you got it. And she's like, uh-oh. And it kind of backfires a bit. Like, yes, she got her, quote, freedom, but her freedom basically is that she has no ties to the world whatsoever, because basically everyone forgets her the second they turn away. So if she's with you all night, like, you'll remember her, but if you fall asleep, you'll wake up in the morning and not remember her at all. So she's been living like 300 years like this, where that's very difficult. You can't get jobs. You can't check into a hotel because no one's gonna remember you. It's like very difficult to live life like this. And then you get to like modern day times in New York, and she runs into a guy named Henry. Henry is like the only person who can remember her. And you know, they go off on adventures from there, and she's trying to break the curse and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And there's also, it time jumps in between different periods of like Addie, like how her life has progressed up into this point, and her, you know, connection with Luke, she calls him, or the darkness. He is like the entity that granted her this curse or wish, what have you. Their relationship is very, very complicated, and I like that it's messy. You know, it's not just like, this is obviously a villain and I hate them. It's just like, he's a villain and I hate him, but like, at the end of the day, he's really the only person who understands me. So there's also kind of like affection there. I don't know, it's like a really fucked up relationship, but like in a really interesting way to read because there's a lot of layers to it. So yeah, juicy character study, compelling character work, interesting dynamics in between characters. Also, like, the whole like magical system here, the world building, is just chef's kiss. It's freaking amazing. Like, oh, like I just want to like give it a cuddle, you know? Like, I just really love this book. Please read it. It's so good. You won't be disappointed. It's amazing. Last up, I read The Shadows by Alex North. So I hadn't read anything by Alex North before, and I was like really interested in this one because it's kind of paranormal-esque. Like, you don't really know if there is a paranormal thing going on or not. It's definitely a thriller though. We're following along this guy named Paul, and back when he was a teenager, a very shocking act of violence was committed by these kids who were his friends. This kid named Charlie Crabtree. But that's kind of been haunting him his whole life, and then he has to come back to the hometown where they, you know, the tragedy happened and things start getting weird again. So, I don't want to give away a lot about the plot, but the supernatural element here, they get into it pretty quickly in the books. It's not much of a spoiler, is that they're trying to get to this fantasy dream world that you can only get to through lucid dreaming, and they're supposed to be like a dream god, and they have to make a sacrifice to the dream god to be living in their kingdom, all in like a Slender Man situation, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Like, that's an excellent setup, and it could have been really, really juicy and dark. I gave it like 3 stars. I really wanted to like this more than I ended up liking it. And here's the thing, it's kind of, it's I don't know if it's a it's not you, it's me situation, or it's no, it's you, it's not me situation. I'm not really sure which one it is. I think it's going to be up to you guys if you read this book. But there are some twists and turns in the mystery elements here that did genuinely surprise me. I was like, oh, I did not see that coming. Kudos. Like, I was like impressed by some of the twists and turns, and you would think that would make the book exciting. The problem is, it's very dull. Like, you have like a weird Slender Man, almost paranormal, sacrifice, violent murder thing happening in the past. Things are kind of happening again now in the present. There's crime, like a whole investigation because there's copycats, and it's like this whole crazy thing. So you would think it'd be really exciting, but it's very dull. I don't know how he managed to make it feel so dry. It's just, it's so, I don't know, maybe it's too British. I don't know. Is that like a thing? People say like a lot of like British stories and stuff are kind of dry, and it just feels like that. And I think a lot of it is just like Paul isn't a very interesting protagonist. He's just kind of like an everyman, and it doesn't work for the story, because why should I give a shit about Paul? Like, I don't know anything about this guy except for things that have happened to him in his past. Like, who is he now? What does he do? Like, how does he feel about things? Like, his like personality is never really explored. He's just like a guy. He has like the, you know, I don't know, the personality of tea and biscuits, just like, just dry biscuit. There you go, that's Paul. And also there's like a detective named Amanda in here, but I don't know why she's even in the book. Like, it's another narrative perspective, so there's 2 different POVs here. And Amanda's not in the book all that much, and frankly, I don't really know why she's in the book except for extrapolating more information about like the crime element. I don't know anything about her for the most part either. Like, I know like a few things, but not enough to like base a personality on. So it's just not developed enough in the places that would make me give a shit, in my opinion. But the mystery itself is pretty well crafted. Like, there were twists and turns that genuinely surprised me. It's just I don't give a shit about anyone in the book because it's so dry. So, I don't know. I had to give it 3 stars because, like, it's not bad, but, like, it could have been great. It is not. Okay. So, that's all I read for the second half of October. I'm struggle bus right now. I'm like feeling sick. I went to work today too because it's stomach flu. It's like, it's not like I'm contagious. It's like, oh no, I ate something and I shouldn't have eaten it, and my own hubris has done this to me. It's like kind of like a food poisoning thing. So I'm not contagious. I'm not like being that person at the office, but like, yeah, I just want to go lay down forever. I don't feel good. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you read any of these books? And if so, did you like them? Did you dislike them? I feel like my views on Dracula, some people really love Dracula, and a lot of people agree with me that it's just like, oh my gosh, this is a hot mess. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about Dracula? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys soon. Bye. I can't reach the camera.